I don't disagree with you. I think what I disagree is that I think we have not seen or have not enough data to say that for an existing team running for 3 years already, nothing has changed. For 3 years, they are a good team, they're a mature team, they're running really well.
Yeah.
The challenge is, in my mind, how do we get them to go more? Can we go more than that? And that's where I think the community, what's out there, hasn't seen this yet. There is nothing,
No.
when you say there's nothing out there about this at all, where they say, oh, well, it's 3 years now, we are really running well. What do you do better?
I think that there's so much change in the industry, and I think you hit it on the head at the very beginning, is keeping a team intact, engineers, product owners, whoever is made in a team, keeping them in there, that same group together for more than, I think you said 2 years, I think is a fair assessment. A lot of people are hopping around. You're right. There's no way to actually measure that. Because let's say 2 years is the average lifespan of when you bring them together. You go through the first 6 months where you're trying to figure it out, you're storming, you're going through your shoe. Then you kind of figure things out, and you spend about maybe half a year after that getting momentum. And then do you spend maybe a year in maybe?
Yeah.
If you're not bouncing back, if you've got a good environment. But I've not seen in 14 years that I've been doing this, and I've led many teams and I've worked within many teams, I've never had a team that stayed together for more than a year and a half, 2 years. Now, when we were together, we hummed along. We had our challenges of, internal struggles, external struggles, but we never really hit that peak of these 4 people been together for a long time. And we are the best of us. I can kind of see myself getting involved with the team and then getting too comfortable to the point where I'm like, we're the best. We got this.
Yeah.
Actually, I can actually remember me saying that at one point in my career. Sorry to everybody who had to deal with that.
I think, and that's where I'm challenging the envelope here. I'm pushing the boundary here, is that I think there is a time when we say the team has expired, and I don't know what the time frame is. I don't know whether it's 2 years, 3 years, 4 years.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a 1 year. I think there is an expiration date for a team where they can no longer be effective anymore, where you have to break them up in order to get them above and beyond what they can do as a team.
So I agree with what you're saying as far as there is an expiration. But what is that? What is it that causes the expiration? Is it the end of a project? Is it the end of? There's got to. For me, the way I look at it is, if I want to split up a team, I would want to do it at a logical end to something.
Okay.
And maybe this is just the way that I'm wired, and correct me if I'm wrong, but if I reach an expiration, the project's over, we're done, let's celebrate, maybe all teams get to the finish line, that in my mind would be an amazing opportunity to say, congratulations, we're done. There's going to be something else coming up in a week or two.
Reform at that point.
Then reform at that point. So we put the teams together at the beginning of this project. Some of these folks have come along. We've built a culture of self-organization, autonomous. Reform. And I would almost go as far as saying is, if you reform your old teams, that's fine. But we want to challenge you to try something new. Join other teams. Find the balance. You do it. That's the only... In my mind, that's like the only way that I would want to like break up a team.
Right.
Is that we reached a natural end.
Okay.
For me, I mean, is there any other thing that you can think of why, like what instances would cause here? So you said expiration. What did you mean by the expiration? Is that?
I think there's a time where we need to shake up the team. I think in my mind is that up front we want them sticking together for as long as they can to get the best. And I think because we are individuals working as a team, we all have strengths and weaknesses. When we combine that, we have this collective strength.
Yes.
Right? And that is a sum of something that you add up.
Yeah.
Right? The sum may not be 1 plus 1 equals to 2. It might be 1 plus 1 equals to 3 because the collective as a team we do more. Right?
Yeah.
But I think there is a number to that. That is that. Until we change it, either by moving people around, or possibly, I would say, I think you probably end up at a point, some point in time, you probably have to pull someone away and plug somebody new in place to push it up the next level.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm struggling a little bit, and I'm kind of pushing this envelope. I think that's right now what I see is there is a possibility that indeed is something nobody has touched on.
So to add on to that, this is the way I look at it, is if a team is in flux almost all the time,
Yep.
wouldn't we be doing that already all the time in the
Yes.
lifespan?
Yes.
By adding new folks, new people. Now, granted, when you get it, let's say you lose somebody who's been on the team for a long time and you bring in somebody new, they're not really going to, they're not going to add much in terms of what the culture of the team is, or maybe they will. The danger in that is that is this team willing to accept any new ideas that come in from somebody?
And sometimes it's not,
Yeah.
and the team has gelled so well, right? The team has gelled so well. So when you remove one person,
Yeah.
putting somebody in place, that person now has to figure out the person's position. How is he play in this new sandbox?
Yeah.
Right? The sandbox is owned by this group of kids.
Yep.
This new kid come in, he's got to learn how to play in that sandbox. Is he going to be an influencer? Is he going to be one taking over? It's not. Now, if the original kids in that sandbox is preset, they have this rule and they're very strong about it, nothing comes in. They will not be influenced.
They won't bring anybody in until there's one of them left.
So and that's the case. They always push people out, right? Always push people out all that way. So then you can't do that. And then the core is there where, it's like you may start with 5 and eventually dwindle down, and then maybe half and half new, half old. Then jockeying takes place. Which team takes over? Is there a new alliance that gets formed? And all this comes into play. And I think what's interesting is that because majority of the time, I would say 99% of the time, maybe I'm wrong in the numbers, that we don't see it because the natural attrition thing happened.
Mm-hmm.
But I do believe that there may be a point that we have to address it that way and say, you know what? I don't believe this team can have it because that 3 people in there is so strong, or 4 or 5 is so strong in that one mindset that you can't force them to change.
Mm-hmm.
And an example from waterfall to go running agile, right? And you have this team that out of 6 people or 7 people, 2 or 4 agile, and there's 5 that's not. And with that 5 are senior folks in the team, you can't influence the change. The only way to make a change is, guess what? Is to pull those people away and put in new people with this new mindset.
Yeah.
And then you change that. Now the majority becomes minority, and who is open to accepting it.
Yeah. I would, and I it's difficult for me, maybe because I look at it, maybe I'm being hard-headed about it, but the way I kind of look at it for a team is if you're considering, let's say manager is considering I've got to blow up the team, or I've got to make changes to the team, or something not right, or something not clicking, I would almost at that point challenge the manager at that.
Have we done everything we can?
That's
right?
The thing that I always ask as a coach, as a manager, as a leader is, have we done everything that we can to push this team? Have we had the conversations with each of the team members? Have I looked at the numbers? If I'm keeping data,
Right.
Is there in fact a problem going on there? Is there an attitude issue that I need to address and the team needs to address? Go through that list of things as a manager. What I do see a lot of folks do is that they immediately run into resistance because it's a mob.
And then they take it apart.
And it's like, well, we got to take it apart.
Yeah.
Instead of, as leaders, we have to get our hands dirty and have those tough conversations and address and go through that checklist. And if you go through that checklist and you're still saying, maybe this isn't the right thing to do, maybe we should make a change, find the right opportunity to do so.
Okay.
Or maybe even ask the team. Who knows? There may be some team member, part of the team will probably turn around and say, yeah, maybe we do need to change the scenery. We've been together for 4 or 5 years. Give them the opportunity to push back. That's actually something I never even thought of. Is like asking the team is, do you guys need a change?
Right.
And if they say, no, we want to keep it together, well, you do understand that these are the problems that I'm seeing,
Right.
and this is why I'm asking the question.
And to me, it's an option. You provide them with the option of do they feel that way?
Yeah.
So there's notion of being prescriptive. There's notion of giving them the ability to do it. But that's kind of way in my head as I discover things, as I re-look at things. It dawned on me that it's interesting to see that this hasn't happened. There is nothing out there that talks about it. There is no article, nothing.
No.
And I can't find that book anymore to bring it in to show it, because I saw it and then I said, holy crap, I'm going to go tell Charles about this.
Yeah.
You know, we had a conversation about this, and it's like, oh, it's stuck in my mind after that. And then now I can't find it. So it bothered me because I can't find it, because I don't know who the author was that had that notion. And this is a book about teams, nothing to do with Agile, just normal teams.
I think that it would be interesting if anyone has had the experience of being with the exact same team. Nothing has changed for over 2 to 3 years. If somebody's had that experience, I would love to be able to hear from them, just hear about the journey and what happened. Did they reach a natural expiration point? In software, I don't think that's even possible. I mean, as an engineer, I don't know if they teach this in school now, but you can leave every 2 years to somewhere new. So there's always a constant flux and new personalities as coaches and managers, we're dealing with new teams almost on a monthly basis, and they're going through the phases of team formation, the whole everywhere. I mean, very rarely have I seen a team hit or
Right.
norm and stay there for a long time. They've always bounced back because of personnel changes. But I don't know. I mean, that is one thing where I am comfortable saying I don't know. I can only... Hey, what happened? Why'd you stop? Oh, dang, we're at 26 minutes. We're going to have to chop that out.
So I think what you said right before this, I think makes sense. I think that's a good ending to this.
Yeah.
We don't know. I feel one way. Charles feel one way.
Yeah.
And I would love to hear what you guys think, what your experience is, and how. What does it look like for you?
Yeah. If you've worked with a team or some folks that you stayed together with for a long time, we'll put it at like 2 years. If you work with the same group for more than 2 years, share your experiences with us in the community. I'd like to know if it did reach an expiration point, or if it was like, yeah, we probably should have ended that a long time ago. Because there's not a lot of data out there. Not a lot of data at all, and that's one of those things. It's like, if it happens, you're kind of just flying by the seat of your pants to figure things out sometimes.
All right, so we'll end it right here, folks. Hope to, we'd love to hear from you guys. Drop us a comment. If this is your first time listening to us, watching this, remember to subscribe so you get notification when the new one comes out. So this is Master Asian Core signing off.
C-Rod, I'm sticking with it. It seems to have taken flight.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.